G'day, my name's Wilfred West from Loch Sport, Victoria, Australia. Today's date is the 25th of the 1st, 2016, day before Australia Day. Now I'm going to be going for a drive from here to the bakery, then to the surf beach, then to the post office, and then past the pub on the way home. Now, I was just going to make this video just to show you how many people there are around Loch Sport. Just a day before Australia Day. There was a lot more around Christmas time, but I never really had a chance to make a decent video. I had to fade out 2 points because somehow it stopped recording a section of the video. I'm not quite sure if it's the camera or something else. I must have hit a bump or something, I don't know. This person here is patiently waiting to reverse. Anyway, now as you do when you're driving, you listen to the radio and so forth. Now, what the politicians or somebody's brought up again is Australia Day. Not Australia Day, is Republican, right? To become a Republic or a monarchist. I'm neither. I'm an Australian, okay? My mother came here by boat, my dad was born here, I was born here. I'm Australian, regardless of who the head of state is. And I sat down, I thought about this, and honestly, I think to change our head of state is wrong. To change it from how we are at the present moment is wrong. Okay, first of all, we'll lose our Commonwealth, right? We'll become a republic instead of being a Commonwealth, so we won't go to the Commonwealth Games, which brings in a lot of money into Australia when we have the Commonwealth Games here, and it brings a good reputation for us, okay? And not only that, we kick ass in the Commonwealth Games and bring a lot of gold medals home. So we're going to lose that bonus, okay, if we become a republic. And that's actually a very good thing. And we're going to lose the Queen, right, which in a sense, regardless who it is on the throne, that brings in wealth to Australia when they come here. And when we have when we have things with England, it brings a lot of things. And also we could potentially lose an ally because we're no longer part of the Commonwealth, when we've been part of the Commonwealth for quite some time. Okay, so if England goes to war, we have to go to war, and if we go to war, England goes to war. Now, I'm just rocking up here at the bakery. Now, this bakery has fantastic food. I highly recommend you come here and at least visit. Now, if you want any papers or anything like that, or you want Pacific breads, speak to the owner and put your name down for a paper each day when you're coming here, so they know who wants a paper and when they want it. So if you are a tourist and you're only going to stay here for X amount of time, come and you want the paper every day, go speak to them and and you say, I want to have paper these days, and they'll look after you. And also bread wise, they'll look after you. If that's what they're doing and stuff like that, they're very good, and the food is fantastic. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this conversation up, because part of the news thing, almost every single state leader, I think it's Western Australia, South Australia, I'm not quite sure which one said no, said yes, they would become a republic. Now, to me, they've spoken out of turn. If they turned around and said that yes, they believe in a republic, but it's up to the voters of their state, the majority of voters, that says yes, then they should say yes. But if they turned around and said, if I believe in if I turned around and said, I'm a state of Victoria, the Premier of Victoria, and turned around and said, yes, I believe in, say, blah, 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 but the majority of Victorians say no to a referendum, then I would support that. They never mentioned this. Okay, so this is something I'm a bit worried about, because I think most of them are trying to suck up to Malcolm Turnbull, and stuff like that, which I believe does not deserve the seat of Prime Minister. Now, let's go to the terms of if we become a republic. Now, how does Australia become a neutral person? Okay, like the Queen is neutral. She has no say in our day-to-day living, our day-to-day governments, right? How does, the government chooses the government generals? Okay, they choose a list and they give it to the Queen or whatever, and the Queen chooses out of that list. If we have a president, who votes the president? Does the government vote the president, or does the people vote the president? Now, this is actually on the way down to the surf beach. Now you can see it's quite dry there. We haven't had much rain lately, which is good and bad because our tank needs water. So if the government votes the president in, so now you have a fixed term president over a certain amount of time, let's say this government loses an election or something like that. Now, then the opposition gets in, and this president doesn't like these people. Do they kick that president out at the same time and vote their own president, or do they, or head of state, you could say, do they kick that head of state out and put another head of state in, or do the people vote for a new head of state? This is a problem we have to face. Now, of course, it's going to cost money. We don't pay the Queen to be the head of state. We're going to have to pay this person. That means more money comes out of the government, which should be needed for people. Now I want to drive down Beach Road, but I'm going to when I get a chance, I'll do a good video of that before we go down to the other section where you can actually fish from. It doesn't have toilets or anything like that down there. It just has a track going down into the ocean, which in a decent sized car park. So do we pay? So this is a problem we have to then look at. Okay, we're going to lose reputation. We're going to lose having the royalty coming here, and that which brings millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars, into our economy. And another question: who would want Tony Abbott, Malcolm Turnbull, Kevin Rudd, Julia Gillard, Bronwyn Bishop as our head of state? I don't want anybody else bar the Queen as head of state or a royal member, because they are neutral. Okay, look at Bronwyn Bishop, perfect example. She flew a helicopter flight, and it cost the taxpayers $5,000. Okay, that is wrong. And you could potentially have her as your head of state of the government. Kevin Rudd or Julia Gillard, there'll be no carbon tax under the government I lead. Do you really want a person like that as head of state? Now, just stopping here, having a quick look, and they'll just have a quick look around there. But honestly, that's the question you have to ask. Now, then of course we lose the Commonwealth Games. We won't be going to Commonwealth Games or making money from the Commonwealth Games. We won't be winning in the Commonwealth Games. And that, to me, it boggles my mind. Now, the other question I do ask is, what is the government trying to hide? All of a sudden we bring out this now national debate about who wants to be a republic. Now, it boggles my mind about this, because every time they do this, every time they bring out something like this, they seem to try to pass something, and they have actually succeeded passing something through the Senate that should have had more media eyes on it. So, as far as I'm concerned, the media, something's not quite right. It sort of smells. Just before Australia Day, and they want to have discussion about who wants to become about Republican and all that. So now this is another slippery slope we're still talking about. Okay, so let's say if we do become a republic, we've got a head of state. What rules and regulations does that head of state have? Do they have the same as the Queen? Now this was funny, these people walking past there. The girl at the back, she's just constantly on her phone as she's walking down there. Anyway, so this is the problem I think we face. Do we change our constitution in such a way as we can make a head of state? Who votes the head of state in? That's the first thing. What powers does the head of state have? Do they have the same powers as the Queen? Can those powers be modified by a sitting government? Okay, are they going to be locked in stone type of thing, right? Or are they loosely interpreted as being what's her name? So now, if we keep going down the same pathway, and let's say we become a republic, we vote, start going down the American pathway, we start changing things. Now, all of a sudden, you're starting to pay unemployment tax. Hold on, we don't pay unemployment tax. Right? We've got an unemployment system that works. No, sorry, the government's modified it, but the head of state's not changing it because they've been voted in hypothetically by the government because they're getting paid by the government, and people keep cracking the shits about this, and the government does nothing, and the state and the Senate can't do anything because the government owns the Senate and they own the head of state. So no one can change a bad government. Now, then of course we look at the other things. So all of a sudden everybody starts to pay unemployment taxes. Then all of a sudden everybody starts to pay for health insurance. Now, hold on. This is not right. I can understand if people can afford to pay health insurance and stuff like that, they should. But the unemployment tax and stuff like that is an American concept, and we shouldn't be trying to introduce that into Australia, which would be wrong. It doesn't work. We don't have the population. We don't have the growth for it. Because we only got 23 million people. They've got 300 odd million people. So it's sort of like boggles the mind. It's like with the East Coast storms at the moment. Heart goes out to you because like for 10 states and up to 85 million people affected by this storm. Wow. Anyway, let's keep going down the same pathway. So now, then of course that brings into the businesses, which businesses can buy the Senate, can buy the head of state, technically can buy the government, both in donations or in, you become head of state, and once you've done your term, you become part of this company. So you're as technically head of state, and you've got certain powers that you can influence the government to modify it to suit your business. Now this is wrong. We can't allow. There's so many potholes, so many unknowns about having a head of state. Where at the present moment, the Queen has done nothing wrong in her reign. And she's never interfered in Australian policies. So, as I said before, this is where the government is trying to pull the wool over our eyes again on something else. That's my personal opinion on this one. I was going to talk about some other things as well, like the GST. Now, they should set up an independent body to look at every single thing that the GST is being taxed on and every single thing that the GST is not being taxed on. Now, because Channel 2 did a study, done a program where two boxes, they looked identical, right? One was getting GST and the other one wasn't. Because under the GST terms and conditions, a certain amount of so-called fruit has to be in part of that. And you ask yourself, what is the point? Like, they're both identical, and just some part of the labelling is slightly different. Right? There's not. If you probably pull them out of the same package, they'll probably taste exactly the same, or almost the same. And different packages, you know what I mean? They'll probably look the same, taste the same, but just how they word it, right? And they do something. This should be looked at seriously, and that item that's non-GST in a cardboard box should be GST. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, what I would classify as fresh fruit, fresh vegetables would be fresh as in, like, you can buy an apple, pear, it looks like what it's supposed to be. You can't. I don't think you should have an apple tart in the freezer and you classify that as fresh, right? And have GST exempt because it has so much fresh fruit in it. This is something that has to be seriously looked at. They should be looking at what's GST exempt and what's GST governed, but they should have been looking at it in a careful, logical way of doing so. Now this is where I think it was this part. No, it's the next part turned up. Where it went wrong. Now, anyway, coming down here, you'll find you'll find the mini golf and you'll find the nursery down here. Fantastic, both of those two places. They do mini golf does great chips, and the nursery is pretty much where I buy most of the supplies I need for the garden and stuff like that. Occasionally, I have to buy some things from, I hate to say it, Bunnings, because they have the self-watering pots where they don't have the ones I want here. But I'll buy the soil here, even though it's a bit more expensive than Bunnings, because I've got to drive 65 k's to get it, where I only have to drive about 5 k's to get here, and also I support the local businesses here. Okay, I'd rather put my money back into Loch Sport and help support the local businesses than going to, say, Sale and giving them money, right? And council doesn't really look after us anyway. That brings me to another subject which I probably won't talk about today because, yeah. Anyway, as I said before, the GST really seriously needs to be looked at. I hope you like the rest of this video. I'm going to probably stop talking and just let the video go. Listen to the radio. It doesn't really pick up the sound all that good. Now this is where it's stuffed up. As you can see there, I'm still following this car, but that one section there somehow didn't quite record it. So I'm probably going to, I will delete this off the camera and start that again. When I do another recording, I'll try do another recording on. I'll have a look at it again. And I also marked it up here. Now I came in here nicely, and I've had to let the car go, and it sort of missed a bit of points. I had to stop there to get stuff, and that section there to that road there, pretty much cut out because I don't know what went wrong there in the recording. I'm going to have a quick look at that. Now this one here, I just went down to the boat ramp because I'm trying to find dolphins. My nieces came down here over Christmas, after Christmas and that, or over Christmas time I should say, and they come down, they go for a walk about 7:30 at night time, and they see these dolphins in the lake. I'm like, and they get a good video. I've got one on, I'll put that video online for them. And I've been trying to catch a sight of dolphins for since I've been here. And yeah, that's why I do a quick drive down here as well to have a look, see if I do see any dolphins. I'm probably in the wrong time of day, but you never know. One day I might get lucky and I'll be able to pull up one day and get a good shot of dolphins and then get out the car and record it and so forth. I have to admit, I do like the clouds today. It looks really nice how they're forming and stuff like that. And we might get some rain, it'll be good. I hope no rain tomorrow because we're going to have Australia Day tomorrow. I have picnic, lamingtons and sausages, I think. So anyway, we're coming, we're going to head off out of here. Now there's public toilets and shower ahead. You've got the boat club to the right hand side and the caravan park which has got new owners in. And they've got a kiosk thing there as well, which is quite interesting. Now when you come around here, which is, I can't remember the boulevard, I think it's called. I normally just stick in second gear here and just do 20 k's along here. This will flood in winter time. So yeah, I've seen it flooded quite a lot in winter time. But other than that, it's got a very nice view from, by the way, these houses, they have a very nice view from to the lake and stuff like that. Yeah, there's quite a few nice boats there to the left as we go past. Yeah, there's even a sailboat out there. Probably a couple of them out there today sailing. That's what reminds me, I wouldn't mind getting a kayak with the sails on. Would be nice. Now we're coming back down the other main street. To the right you'll have the supermarket coming up. There'll be little toilets over here to the left you can use. They'll be coming up too, and the skateboard rack. Skateboard park, what would you like to call it? Skateboard park, can't call it, yeah, skateboard park. Yeah, so the toilets are there, and then across the right you have the supermarket, and just down here you got the little skateboard park, which is comes in quite handy. A lot of people will come and use that, which is quite good. They'll hopefully bring more people to this town. And this little side here, they're going to be having tomorrow the Australia Day celebrations here, which I'll go down and have a look at tomorrow morning. Now coming down here, we're going to go left past the pub, past a place called Absolute Waterfront, which I find funny because the place, where it is an absolute waterfront. Winter time, it floods. Yes, I should say we're coming past the pub and the marina. Now coming down here, see that sign there just ahead, slightly to the right, that says Absolute Waterfront. We see the house we're just about to pass. That's where the floods appear. They get a lot of flood water there, and winter time. I hope they fix that up because it's a nice place, a very good view there. They just need to fix up so it doesn't flood there. Now it's going to pass some of these roundabouts, which the council don't even put flowers in. They put flowers in the ones in sale, but they don't come down here, even though we pay a lot on rates. They don't come and maintain these roundabouts. They don't put anything into these roundabouts to make them look beautiful like they do in sale. Now, and the council tried to. They weren't going to pay for Mozzie spraying this year. Like, the government gave half the money to the council, saying you pay the other half into the spray. Now we rate the people here who pay rates in Loch Sport. There's more than enough money for that out of that kitty to cover that cost quite easily. And honestly, our council does not put enough money back into Loch Sport. We have about 800 permanent residents. I think we need to have about 2,000 permanent residents, but that's just my personal opinion. But remember, there's over 2,000 houses here. So we've got all those ratepayers who pay rate for the houses here. Now, up here you find a pathway. There's the stairs going down straight ahead, and the pathways to the left. Up further, there's not a lot of stairs going down, which goes back onto Seagull Drive. Now, what I mean by that is that the council did spray eventually, because the businesses here had a chat to the council, and also other things. And being honest with you, they were going to offer just pamphlets and stuff like that, how to be Mozzie prepared. I'm sorry, everybody knows how to be Mozzie prepared. Okay, it's kind of a joke. It was a slap in the face to us, and a slap in the face to the money that we give them for out of rates and stuff like that. It's like the council does not care about Loch Sport. I wish they did. I wish they spent some more time here. I wish they spent some more money into Loch Sport to build it, to grow it, to encourage more people to come live here and make it housing here, and build up the internet so it's better than what we have at the moment. We're relying on the old copper wire system, which I find, since Tony Abbott and Liberals in and Malcolm Turnbull's here, it's not good enough. Okay, I'd rather have cable straight to my house, and same, probably everybody else here would have cable straight to their house, and so forth. Anyway, we're just about to come back onto Seagull Drive. I do hope you like this video.
Possibly not. I think we're still grappling with that, because when didn't even know it was never reported. That still doesn't take into account what is happening in our community. So I think it's...
My name's Wilfred West from Loch Sport, Victoria, Australia, signing off. Thank you for watching my videos, and all comments are welcome. You all have a great day now, and I hope you all have a great Australia Day tomorrow. Thank you again for watching my videos.